Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to PlayFrame and 1000xRESIST. Quite a moment and a vibe to jump back into, I know. Sorry for that. Probably could have found a better stopping point last time, but here we are. One thing that I'm definitely still a little fuzzy on, and I think it's been kept intentionally vague so far, but in yesterday's episode, we saw a lot of moments of connection and closeness relatively, or at least sort of like mother-daughter relationship connection between the sisters, the 5 clones, and Iris. Lots of moments of connection and communication with the youngest, and toward the end there, what appeared to be sort of like the first communion, the first time Iris tried using her yellow secretary. Maybe we'll just call it yellow. Just used yellow for a communion with the clones to show them images of the past, or like our real life present day. And that doesn't entirely feel like it lines up exactly with what we were shown about the events of the past and everything that played out with those first sisters and Iris leading up to the youngest creating a Zhao clone and being exiled and all that. Granted, all of that may have been, like, there may have been a lot of dishonesty in there. We were getting lied to and played a lot as Watcher. So there may have been a lot about, in fact, the more I think about it, it feels increasingly likely that there was a lot more to the relationship between Iris and her first daughters than the communion we had led on. That stuff was not of interest to Principal, or at the very least, inconvenient to the Iris vilifying narrative. In fact, yeah, the longer I think about it, the more skeptical I get of that initial narrative we were shown. Which I really like, because we have seen a lot of bad about Iris, especially in the communions, which makes an increasing amount of sense if we think of those as being somewhat unreliable sources of history, or at least half-truths. And there is still a lot bad about Iris, even if half of that is untrue or a lot of good stuff is left out, but that's in keeping with what we've seen from every single generation we've been shown in the relationship. A loving and caring but flawed connection between parent and child. Mistakes made, often rooted in past traumas that the parent went through. Like, the game is very much about generational trauma. A lot of things, but generational trauma seems to be like the main theme tying it all together, on a character level anyway. And I really like that we're getting finally a few more windows into Iris as a character that are a little more sympathetic, not in ways that erase or negate the many troubling aspects of her and the ways that she was awful to people, but in ways that present her as a more complete entity, and not as just this one especially cold, villainous, awful figure amidst a bunch of other flawed people. Like, she's just one of the flawed people now. Very flawed, but a lot of them have been. Heck of a game, man. It's going to be very funny if, as soon as I move this forward, within 30 seconds, we get to the chapter break. Because then I will feel very silly for ending the episode here, yesterday, whatever. Let's see what happens.
So, you finally found a way out. What is that place we keep seeing? An ancient human city. It keeps reoccurring everywhere. It's an obsession. Does it still exist? In what sense? I don't know. In any sense? I believe that's up to us. I don't know where you end and I begin.
Likewise.
It's messy, isn't it? We've been in here for a long time. Longer than I've ever attempted. But now, you've seen everything I have to show. These last fragments were what Principal wanted to hide. They needed to be seen.
That is, from the sound of things, confirming my guess that we'd been seeing very, very selective memory in some of the earlier communions.
We'll never get anywhere by tampering with history. After this, I want you to understand. This communion will no longer protect us. Time will march forward, and we must confront our sins.
I don't know if I'm ready, but we'll find out on the way.
Let's go. I'm glad to hear that. You know, I learned a thing or two this time around. So did I. We need to change. Together, then? Into the future. Move? What's going on? You?
Sleep, dear one. What the fuck? Know her. What did you do to her?
Straight to judgment. You haven't changed, little sister.
Her eyes. What happened to her eyes?
I did what I had to do.
Come on your feet. I'm here.
Baby?
The days get shorter, don't they?
Baby, is that really you?
As me as I'll ever be.
Secretary. Don't forget Secretary.
I've got them. Don't worry.
Baby, your arm.
She's blind.
You really took your time.
You said she would be safe.
She's breathing, isn't she?
That is not what I meant.
No thanks? No acknowledgement? You're the one who's obsessed with this whole bloodless encounter. Taking your sweet time, everything in its right place. Don't you understand by now? Someone will always get hurt. That is the reality. You're lucky she still remembers who she is.
Let's go, BB. Know her. Things are in motion, okay? We'll be in touch.
Wait.
Oh, you want to thank you? Well,
Attend to me.
what do you mean?
Make it look convincing.
Uh.
Your wrench. That should do the trick.
Are you doing okay?
You know me, sister. I'm doing what I must.
Yeah, you're better at that than I am.
You've always been...
You could have let her finish. Hurts less when you can't see it coming. Besides, I hate when she gets sentimental.
My goodness. There's a lot more still alive than I honestly expected to be by this point. Honestly, at this point, I wonder if Healer's actually still around. Don't even know what to think for sure, but boy, I'm excited to find out. Let's save, I guess. And on we go. Oh. Hello. Asked and answered? Chapter 8.
Oh. She rises.
Healer.
Good. And your name?
The you that remains.
Watcher?
Try again.
Backwards. That remains the you.
Watcher.
Try again.
The you that remains, I suppose, is blue.
Blue?
Better. And where are we?
Boy, I couldn't tell you. I've been having a wild last hour or two. Temperature days, time index -1, a star and a star, a nearness, bottomless song. Curious how she responds to this one.
There is a nearness, and its gravity is echoing. I stabbed her right in the back.
Well, aren't you all sorts of something?
How long was I?
The whole time, sister. Since the beginning.
The beginning? When was the beginning?
Who knows? Who cares?
I guess that is also kind of answering it. This has all been one very large communion. For the most part.
For us, it's only been 8 hours.
You mean I've been communing this whole time?
Look, honey, I'll be blunt. I don't know you. But let me tell you how it looks from where I'm sitting. For years, we've been riding this train, working to piece things back together. And then, hours ago, you decided to set off a bomb. In one moment, you destroyed everything we've been working toward.
It made sense at the time.
What did you want with the ministers?
That's not for you to know. I can tell you we didn't want them burnt to a crisp. We knew those sisters. I even birthed some of those sisters.
They turned on you.
Was that a good enough reason to torch them?
Turned on you and killed and hurt a lot of others. Yeah, a lot of evil was happening in there worth resisting.
If you knew what I had been through, you would have done the same.
Are all miscellaneous like you?
Watcher. I need to see her.
Was that joyride not enough? She's not taking visitors.
She'll want to see me.
Is that so?
So we're just train riding now, are we? Or are we? Yep, no, we are train riding. We have a cloning machine. And you've really committed to light mode. Even on the go. Points for consistency.
Easy on your feet there. We don't need another patient aboard.
You sat next to me the whole time?
BB did.
It's very kind of her.
Don't flatter yourself, honey. We didn't know what you'd be like. Terrorist and all.
You were executed. What are you looking at? If you could shed some light on this one.
They said you were incinerated.
I might as well be. I haven't stepped off this train for who knows how long. I've lost track.
Finally, we learned a joke. Took us a long time, guys. But good for you.
What did they get me for? Too many puns?
They said you were running dangerous experiments.
Well, that part is true.
I know.
This is getting awkward. Blue, healer, both. Secretary, say something. It's awkward.
What's outside?
The view. Can't you tell?
Not so great.
You're right. I've seen better.
Are we going somewhere?
Finally waking up, are we?
So, probably several things we should apologize for.
I wanted to burn it all down.
You got what you wanted. Happy?
Still a little bit. I wasn't alone in that one.
I'll be back.
I don't doubt it. Nowhere to go here except back and forth. Back and forth.
You make a very good point. I know we disrupted things in the orchard. I'm still a little concerned for what's going on with the rest of the Jiao types. Perhaps even especially now that things are all chaotic. Ah, here we go. Boy, we still just really love our themed rooms.
Are you really gonna follow me around like this?
You don't like it?
Did I say that out loud?
I've got some new tricks, I promise. And Watcher told me to, so I have to.
Okay, then. Good talk.
Thank you.
It is nice having you back. We got to do something with these cars. Ooh. You have a fish. So, how you doing?
Watcher? Is it really you? It's me. Blue, I guess.
I don't sense any activity.
Watcher, can you hear me? Hello?
Are we sleepy? Probably the comfiest you've been in a while. You get a nap. I'm going to explore more train. Back and forth. Ooh.
Did you see that?
What are you referring to?
You didn't see anything?
I believe the train is experiencing power fluctuations.
That doesn't quite cut it, Secretary. Oh boy. And here I thought things were going to be a little more grounded.
Did you and Watcher have a good chat? Surprised you're not sick of each other yet?
Family that stays together.
She's barely there.
Her condition has been critical for a long time now. The drugs they gave her in captivity?
But I was just fine. She was just fine.
She may be lucid in a communion, but her meat sac is failing her. Every communion drags her system through the ringer.
Then why did she...
Addiction? She's been playing the past over and over, going round and round.
I had no idea.
She needs to be resting. You should be doing the same. You look terrible.
Fixer? I need to see Fixer.
I'd love to see Fixer.
Are you even listening to me? Of course you're not. Who listens to Healer anyways?
It's also interesting that, and I've not watched closely enough to tell if this is consistent, but it feels like a lot of the responses that we are being given as Blue feel very much like the more abstract metaphor level occupant speak. Like in terms of the options we're given for responding, and then Blue says something much more like human and normal. I'm gonna have to watch closer for that. I don't know if it's been doing that every time. Definitely felt that way with the last choice we were given talking to Healer.
You said there'd be no more blood.
Vivi, we don't have time for this. We're already on our way there. They know we're coming.
You tricked me.
We don't always get to choose how it goes, okay?
Fixer, I shot her in the head.
You did what you needed to do.
What you needed me to do. How aim can an arrow from a bow that can't bend?
What are you even saying?
How about I speak your language? Let the murderers do their murdering. Leave me out of it.
Hello.
You. Good timing.
How are you alive?
Hey, this is my train. I'm asking the questions. Who do you work for? What do they want?
Yeah, that's a great question, actually. I'd love to answer with all of these if you'll let me. I don't think you will. Chris gave us the lead. The Jows had the plan. Fanatics, Old Shells, and White Guard pitched in. But I wouldn't say I work for them. If I'm working for anyone, I actually feel like it was the Jows. The Jows had the plan. Chris just tipped me off and gave me a lead to talk to them to help.
I met with the Jows.
The Jows?
They sent the others to me.
They've gone rogue.
Oh, good. We can't ask about the rest.
Chris, she runs a miscellaneous underground network. I wanted to help.
Chris.
You know her?
I told her to wait.
The way the Reds treat us in Old Town, we were done waiting. I was done waiting.
But while we're here, I'll mention the others.
The Irish fanatics, they helped. They want to clear the way for a second Allmother.
Those weirdos? They're involved now?
A sister named Doreen from your time, I think.
I can't believe she would go around me like this.
I can. All the old sisters are getting picked off one by one. Bartender was shot.
No wonder I haven't heard from her.
You talked?
Not as much as I would have liked.
There was a guard. A white guard. Mauve.
Mauve? That's her name?
Why wouldn't it be? I saw her in the communion. She was there with Watcher in the cell. She wants to incinerate all the sisters from the last generation.
If that's true, Noah's in danger. You're telling me they all helped?
In one way or another.
Shit. I knew something was going on.
You're seeming very out of the loop on this train. Both with communication with the sisters out in, like, Orchard and Old Town, but also with what is going on over there.
Why do you think we grabbed you?
They cut you out.
Losers.
How'd you know it was me?
I was following you.
I sent Secretary to do some spying on our friends.
But what have you been doing all this time? Where are we?
I finally figured out these damn trains. We're circling, never in one place, always on the move.
What's our plan?
My plan went up in smoke thanks to you. The ministers were going to overthrow Principal. Legitimately.
The Red Guard would never stand for it.
I was working on it.
Things are out of control. I've seen through Watcher's eyes. People need to know the truth.
Things take time, okay? They take careful planning. I don't expect a shell like you to understand that.
Where are we headed?
We're to rendezvous with everyone in 72 hours. They called a meeting. God damn it. Not now.
What happened?
These trains were never meant to run non-stop like this. Something must have... Get out of my way.
Huh. I'm wondering if that meeting in 72 hours is a good idea. Maybe we better catch up with everyone, though.
No. It's only a matter of time.
BB, hey. You okay?
Do I know you?
I'm Blue.
You seem uncertain about that.
I'm, adjusting.
Long communion ring your sky through the iris of an eye?
You get it.
Something like that.
So you're the mass murderer.
Okay, harsh.
Well,
Dull knife, bitter lessons. Yes, these are the sorts of dialogue options. It's not all of them, but some of them are more occupant speak. This feels true.
a dull knife is no knife at all.
Why do I know these words?
They are yours. I spent time with you in the communion.
If you are so acquainted with me, then you must know that I don't trust murderers.
That makes two of us. Two murderers who have it out for murderers.
Leave me, will you? There was dire and damage enough before you came along.
Can I just ask you a question about Fixer and Watcher?
No.
Oh, but I want answers to questions about Fixer and Watcher. Fine. I was going to ask if you needed a hand, but I can't imagine a single maintenance person of any kind who would welcome a random normie civilian asking if they can help out with a complicated thing while they're in the middle of trying to solve it. I'll leave you be. Check on Watcher. Hello.
You were so mad, but so out of breath. To be honest, it was hard not to laugh.
No, she does sleep here. Or somebody does. With the pillow and blanket back there. How's she doing?
How is she?
Stable, for now.
So you sleep here, huh?
You sleep here?
Best that someone is nearby at all times.
What about BB?
Sleeps too soundly.
And Fixer?
Honey, don't play dumb.
You talk to her?
I tell her bedtime stories of the past. Seeing as how much she likes that stuff.
Can she hear you? Us?
The monitors don't pick up any response, but you can give it a shot. Maybe you'll be successful, since the two of you have such a bond.
I think Watcher was trying to share something important with me.
Like what?
The human subject, the creeping dispossession. Very curious about both.
About how we're all connected. Grandmother, Iris, youngest, her.
She showed you all that? I see. Shared all this to a stranger. I was always trying to get her to open up. To me, her sister.
Sorry. Maybe this isn't the right time, but where do we sleep? Do we have a car? Can I just pick one? I don't think you want to talk more.
Watcher. Can you hear me? Inside sunrise, please.
Apologies. This often happens.
A mix as old as sweet as...
Do you want to tell her a story?
I'd love to do that. I mean, I'd love to also ask a question, but she doesn't seem in an answering mood, so I'll start.
Watcher, I can make you an inside sunrise. Have all the ingredients for it. Just wake up. Melody? I think I'll leave her for now. Let her rest.
As you wish.
No one is beyond forgiveness.
I'll check in with you in a little bit. Let's see how train repairs are going.
What if we're caught? Do you see what I'm saying?
I'll carry her.
BB, without the meds, the equipment,
I'll carry the equipment.
she's lived too many lifetimes.
Are you giving up on our sister?
Don't do that. Remember what our functions have in common. Both require us to separate our heartbreak from our hand.
Well, this is my hand talking. Try again. You are the queen of experimentation. Try something you haven't tried yet.
You're overstepping.
The sand need only pour once before it knows oblivion.
What sand?
I have failed sisters before. If you will not, I'll do it myself.
And I suppose I just sit around and let you make a mess of the place?
You probably shouldn't.
All right. All right. Let me think.
Well played. Really feels like I'm going to be interrupting, but I'm running out of sisters who will talk to me.
Is there something I haven't thought of? What else? What else?
Healer?
Not now.
I want to help.
Honey, just leave me. Please. You really want to help?
Yes.
Then tell Fixer to get herself over to Watcher.
Are you sure it should be me?
I thought you wanted to help.
Okay, but what about the train?
Tell her she may not have many more chances.
All right.
This is going to be an awkward conversation, but important sounding. Not to stall, but
We were never very good at talking to one another.
Maybe the easier it was, the harder it is when it's broken. There was a time I didn't talk to anyone, even my closest sisters.
And how did you come out of it?
Someone believed in me.
Good for you.
I'd love stories.
How long have Watcher and Fixer been like this?
When Watcher came back to us, she was in a dire state already. Fixer insisted on giving her an eye. Watcher refused. Fixer pressed on, Watcher retreated, and they cut each other deeply.
What was said?
Don't think that's for you to know.
Fair enough.
You were hurt.
Skirmishes on the tracks. If you're looking for stories of bloody battle, you should move along, sister.
Anyway,
You knew the Minister of Defense?
She was a pupil of mine.
I remember.
If you saw it all, then why ask?
good point. I have an assignment.
Wish me luck.
Might need more than that with Fixer.
You're funny, Bang Bang Fire.
I was. Once.
You were getting there. Fixer. I bring awkward conversation. You're not going to like it. Or me. Oh, there you are.
A mess. Everything is a mess.
What is all this stuff?
Pieces for a backup pantograph. Bits for a secondary suspension. This train needs a whole teardown and rebuild by hand. We can't be sitting still like this.
Do the others help you?
Do you really expect BB to have the precision? Or Healer to have the grit? Machines don't consider your feelings. They'll tell you you're wrong every time. That's their best quality.
Watcher is not well. Healer sent me. Watcher's room is malfunctioning. Let's not mention Healer just yet. This is framing it in a way that Fixer might want to more immediately address. She's well aware that Watcher's not well. Let's try this one.
There's something wrong with Watcher's equipment. Can you come check it out?
Kid, you really are a piece of work. You lie like a knower. Where did you learn to do that?
You haven't been in Old Town for a while.
I guess I haven't.
Healer told me to get you. Watcher doesn't have a lot of time.
She's always so dramatic. I've got work to do. We're stuck, and who's going to get us unstuck, huh?
I think she really means it.
All right, little messenger. Tell her this for me. Fuck off.
What happened to you on the other side? Is that why you're like this? Is that why you can't face Watcher?
I'd be careful if I were you.
Touched a nerve, I think. I'll deliver your message. Maybe we'll paraphrase. Hello? Everyone? Goodness, y'all move around.
Once in a communion, I experienced the sky pouring itself apart, and it gave me such melancholy. Some sense that all we've ever known is brittle. Oh, sorry. I thought you were Healer.
Remember, question, or soothe. I don't really know which would feel better for her. Probably not that, like, just saying, oh yeah, I remember that, I was also there. Probably doesn't feel great. Maybe just a question.
You feel lost?
Wasn't I the one who said, a dull knife is no knife at all?
Maybe no knife at all isn't so bad. Maybe you're meant for something else. For what it's worth, I get it. I spent a lot of my life feeling the same way.
Really?
Like nothing was right. Like I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing.
Yes. A shift in the wind can set the sails.
Yeah. I couldn't have said it better.
Oh?
And can I just say, Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Weekend, witch, ears, tank, herd. Let's try it.
A herd.
A herd? Who?
I heard you were melancholy, so I came over.
I'm so proud of us. We've learned jokes. We finally got there. This episode, which episode is this? 15. Took us some time, sisters, but I'm proud of us. Good job. Round of applause to all of you.
Wow.
Hey,
I have to go deliver a message. I'll leave you with the rain.
okay, it is hitting you. I was going to say, I've seen the quality of your material. I know where your standards are. She did seem to enjoy it. So, Fixer says maybe later.
That was quick.
I have a message to deliver.
Go on.
No knife seems the way to go.
The train's almost fixed.
Oh, is that right? Don't tell anyone, Blue. I'm tired. I'm so damn tired. So many years trapped like this, at each other's throats. Is it wrong that I long for simpler times?
Not at all. I want to know how she got out, but probably be a better listener thing to do. To ask questions. About what she's talking about, I mean.
What do you miss from that time?
I miss my station, my lab, having the resources to do proper work. All the shells simply doing their part, calling me Sister Pink.
I can call you Sister Pink, if that helps.
No, thank you. Sometimes just to miss something is enough.
Well put. Oh good, I do get to ask more. How did you get out?
How did you escape?
The night of the occupant event, Nowhere came to us, shaking, explained that what Watcher got on the train meant for her, that things were going to take a bad turn. BB and I fled to Old Town, and Bartender hid us under the baseboards of the bar.
You mean in the storage?
You know the place.
We stashed strange ingredients down there.
And that's what we were. There was barely enough room to stand. We spent 2 months hiding before Fixer found us. Imagine our surprise. Seeing the dead come back to life.
I didn't know Bartender did so much.
She saved us.
She saved me too. Do you regret anything?
I used to think I was so above everything, speaking my mind and my truth as if everyone wanted to hear it, as if doing the same thing over and over again would make it better, even when everything was getting worse. And some people needed to hear something else.
Healer, you need a break.
I'm beyond rest, honey. Don't worry about me. You, on the other hand,
I'm doing fine.
please, I need someone to listen to me for once.
Okay.
Now hear this. Now hear this. This is a system-wide transmission. Direct to you, the esteemed High Minister.
Sisters and compatriots, this is the High Minister speaking. A brutal attack has been made on our solemn efforts at a sustainable future. I need not recite the damage, but I will speak their names. Vivian, Janice, Vanessa, Eileen, Denise. These were the ministers that served you without a thought to their own desires. Yesterday, they were brutally murdered in an act of senseless violence. Not since the death of the All-Mother have we seen such bloodshed and shared such grief.
Upstairs, anyway.
Yet, there is hope in these trying times. Our principle persists.
Does she?
Yes, sisters, she lives. And with her blessing, I have been given emergency powers to hunt down these terrorists and punish them to the full extent of our laws. Effective immediately, all sisters and compatriots will shelter in place. Those who seek to harm us are still at large. Stay inside, stay safe. We will seek no rest and see no night until those responsible are brought to justice. Let the inside sky cast no shadow for these criminals. This is your High Minister speaking. The year is 7 AA, the time is 1900 hours. Gratitude to the Provisional Government.
Help!
Oh.
Someone help! Get away from me! Move! Help! I'd rather die.
We should probably go check on her, but I went way long last time. Let's call it. I'll see y'all tomorrow for some more of this. Bye!